AFN K-Town's Morning Magic coming at you right now, 7:08. I'm Air Force Staff Sergeant Sarah Mitchell, and I've got U.S. Army Garrison Rheinland Pfalz leadership with me. I've got Commander Colonel Jason Edwards.
Oh, check, double check. What's up?
The hooah. I appreciate it. And I've got Command Sergeant Major Brett Waterhouse.
Good morning.
And I have got Dr. Kevin Grease.
Good morning.
Ooh.
There we go.
He's always serious.
Very
It's
emphatic.
a business day.
I was going to say, do we have to
It's a work day.
hardcore enunciate and pause? Do we have to
Well, he keeps us in line.
Practice,
That's,
Okay, now we're
I'm
going
going to be a
He was
Captain
reading
Kirkhead.
his old volumes of Hooked on Phonics.
I want to be a
he can-
DJ.
Yeah. So you could properly enunciate.
I can do those
Yes.
I can do those YouTubes now, and so people will watch them because there's like.
look
In
at
fact,
that.
I think there's like 75 town halls today. Live town halls.
There is.
And videos and stuff. Just
There
interviews.
are
Not
quite a
exactly
bit.
at the same time either.
No.
No.
Cool.
But I am glad that you gentlemen are here to talk about what's going down with the garrison. And it seems like you have a lot on your plate. You're a little bit busy.
Just a touch. But we still have time to come in at 07 and make sure we wrap with you guys and talk to the community.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome.
He said rap. I don't
What do you mean
rap.
come in? I just came from the office. Where were you at?
Oh, I forgot. He works 23.5 hours a day, so I
Oh,
forgot.
keep up with my boss.
Very well,
And
very well.
He's trying to.
But we do have a lot to go over with what's going down with the garrison. But before we get into that, I need to hear a funny joke. I need to hear someone's funniest joke.
I've got a joke.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
I got nothing, so go ahead.
Said, so the mom asked her kid, "Hey, Jeff, am I a bad mom?" And the son replies, "My name is Paul." Which is kind of funny because it's not funny. It's actually quite cringeworthy. But a few years ago, I was in a change of command ceremony. And I was one of the minions in the rent-a-crowd that was actually in the formation. And there was a wonderfully prepared colonel executing the change of command who wasn't habitually aligned with the person that he was changing out. And I had never heard an individual say someone's first name so many times. And I got to tell you, John, you have done a tremendous job. And John, this has been fantastic. And then the, not John, but Paul's wife stood up in the middle of the ceremony and said, "His name is Paul." And so one key thing is make sure that your notebook adjusts to your change of command speeches. And I've always noted that and done all my own every time. So that never happens.
You know, I think that's a wise decision.
Life lesson
That's a life lesson combined with a mediocre joke.
I think that is a wise thing, and it kind of ties into staying informed, and that's why
Staying
you're here.
informed.
Oh, that's a stretch. Good one.
It's not.
Good one. We give you
It's
an A
not.
plus on
It
that.
totally is. You got to stay informed. Look,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up anyone's name.
Well, good transition.
That happened in 2002, so
Oh my God.
it resonates. And, those small stories that I put in that
I love
small
it.
reservoir of information.
Well, the
that I
parent
Yes,
you
on
talked
that
about,
wall
she's had
over
a lot
there.
of kids.
I don't
had.
know.
That kid in the joke was the only child, too. That was
Oh,
a
that's
challenge.
different.
Oh,
Can't help
oh
there.
man,
That's
that's rough.
stretching a
That's
little bit
rough,
more.
buddy. That's rough right there.
I was giving the mom a break.
Autobiographies are not jokes.
Oh no, oh my goodness. But we are going to have a great morning
name's Jason.
with the garrison. So stay tuned to AFN Kaiserslautern, the Eagle, serving America's best. Starting your morning with some Sean Paul on AFN K-Town. I'm Sarah, hanging out with U.S. Army Garrison Rheinland
Are you
Pfalz.
sure?
Sean Paul
Are you
has
sure
two
you know
first
who you're
names.
hanging out with?
Yeah.
Sean Paul that was cranked up, man. I'm just telling you.
That was a good
Wow.
transition.
Awesome.
That was
John
really
Paul.
enunciated.
Sean Paul.
Good job.
Sean
It's
Paul.
bad having all three of us in here at the same time.
You know,
you
but I
missed us,
appreciate
Sarah.
it.
You missed us.
I
know
did.
that.
I truly did, and I'm glad that you're all here because, hey,
I've been watching reruns of Howard Stern for like the last week just to prepare for this morning.
Goodness.
I thought you were doing paperwork behind your door. I didn't know. What was that?
It was only just the good parts. And you know
YouTube, I
the
thought
irony
was-
of this is
I
we're
didn't
going
think
to
it was
talk
working.
about some stuff today, but I listened to a couple. Didn't realize this. The interviews are quite interesting.
Oh.
And I heard Chris Cornell play Imagine cover acoustic
Oh.
for the first time a couple days ago.
So
I'd
John
recommend
Lennon
that.
song for all you young folks.
For all you big Beatles fans out there, after he broke away and did his own thing, he wrote this song called Imagine, who many, many people cover. So just for your situational
Chris
awareness.
Cornell. Interesting,
Who's he?
actually.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so.
Quit trolling.
I'm not trolling. I work for a living. I don't want to know who
Oh,
these people
my
are.
goodness.
And I'm not a DJ.
I'll refresh his
Just
memory
saying.
from the band Audio Slave.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Exactly.
That's not a
Oh,
band. That's
what
like a.
this is-
my
That's a
gosh.
switch on your stereo, right?
This
So
is-
hey, we'll give you an update
Yes,
here.
I want that update. Tell me what's up.
I don't remember the Audio Slave button on my radio, on my Tektronix.
It's off to the left.
So hey, everybody's doing a great job right now. We're managing, and it's been, frankly, really positive results in the community. We've had, and this is a discussion that we had yesterday, talking about how much and how many things people are doing together as a family. It's been pretty amazing, and I've noticed that throughout the community. So I noticed it in some of our reports that we've been receiving. You know, we've changed the vernacular from, social distancing to physical distancing, which is basically what we've been doing from the start. But if we could go back a month and a half, not that I'm asking them to do that, to change the name of what we're talking about, maybe we would. But in this case, I think folks have been doing a pretty fantastic job. There's certain restrictions that are happening in Germany right now that we're mirroring. I think is that the
That's a
proper
tough
term?
word.
We'll
Yes.
go with that one.
It's almost as hard as desanitization.
Yeah, that one's a hard
Which-
one.
Boom.
I
You
just did
nailed
that.
it. Good
Got it.
job.
And the rule is if you
Enunciate.
try to say that word and you say it wrong the first time, there's a 98.2% chance that you're going to say it wrong the second try.
Oof.
It's statistically proven.
Okay, say it
through-
again.
It's right up there with Worcestershire
No, I already
sauce.
said it. If you say it right the first time, you just got to
Yeah.
stop
You
talking.
got to mic drop it and walk away.
But been doing a great job with our curfew for General Order Number 1. It's been actually going pretty well, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how we've been working together for the reintegration process, since we're properly enunciating today.
Wow.
That's,
Oh.
Long words.
I am
yeah,
blown
and,
This is
away.
good.
and we will work through that, and I'm pretty happy with the progress that we've made so far. So keep it up, and let's get through this.
Yeah, keep up those positive vibes. And we are going to talk about how work is continuing and moving through the KMC. So stay right here on AFN Kaiserslautern, serving America's best. Cult of Personality, Living Color on
You are
AFN
welcome.
K-Town. Yes,
Oh, my God.
thank you, Colonel
80s
Edwards.
throwback right there.
Bam, that just happened.
Yeah.
But hey, we're chilling with U.S. Army Garrison Rheinland Pfalz and getting updates, seeing what's happening with the community and within the garrison. And Dr. Grease, I hear you're the expert.
Oh, my God. No, there's.
This
no.
is what a segue. I can't wait to hear this.
What a burden. What a burden you've just put on me. You're the expert.
That's
No, it's
exactly
a
why I
target,
did
not a
it.
burden.
Walking Wikipedia.
well, you do
Not
have the-
so much.
Please
or
enlighten
doctor
us.
in front of your name. You-
Enlighten
sit
us.
back
yeah.
and
yeah, yeah.
I
No,
know.
please throw your chair back. Do some social distancing or physical distancing.
There you
Let's
go.
listen to this. I am not the expert. So, work is continuing. Right, that's our heading here. But as we're all physically distancing and being at home and adjusting to these types of this type of environment and this types of challenges, leadership challenges and just family challenges, there's a cadre of people, military and civilian, both here in the footprint, that's still at work every single day. That the day not only hasn't changed, but all their teammates are out now. So their own socializing is kind of decreased. Customers are still coming in, appointment basis or different types of things like the post office, and our fire guys are still at work, and our security guys are still at work. I mean, there's lots of people that are still getting after it, and they're facing this virus because they're mission essential. And we are mission focused. We are ready all the time to go. The good thing about the Army is that you can be on a training day, or you can be 2 o'clock in the morning, and if the flag goes up, you roll, right? So this virus ain't going to get us if we have to do something. But we have a large cadre of people that I want to do a shout out to for staying ready for us every single day, so we can get to the commissaries, we can get to the different vital things we need, and keep everything going. So thank you very much for your work. Thank you very much for putting yourself for the mission first, and I just appreciate it.
Oh, warm fuzzies.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue with that.
It's true, though.
Or sharpshoot it. So I think we'll just stand by.
Well, I appreciate that that's where your default is. Let's sharpshoot that. See what I got to do every day. Every day.
You don't want to you want to take out the easy targets, but I mean, this one's actually, that was pretty awesome. We're just gonna have to let that roll.
You know what? I am totally content with that because I like the positivity. And speaking of positive, do you think the weather's gonna be good?
What's wrong with the weather right now?
It's chilly.
It's good Michigan weather.
It's perfect.
Good
Michigan
weather. My
It's fantastic if it was
goodness.
January.
Yeah.
But it's not.
All right. Coming up is your 3-day weather forecast on AFN K-Town. 7:39 right now on AFN K-Town's Morning Magic. I'm Sarah, and hanging out with the garrison, having a great morning. And I know that obviously a lot of us are physically distancing right now. We're very separate and everything like that. But you might be wondering, hey, how can I help out the community? What can I do to kind of like give back? CSM, how can I do something?
I want to like to go back to that song, Don't Look Back by Boston. It's good, right? I want to look forward. But one of the things we always need, we as humans, we need help with blood drives. Especially like me, if you have O negative, you're a universal donor, every 8 weeks, unless you're sick or you have some issues, you can give blood. And nothing's really changed other than the distances between, in this case, the beds or wherever you're going to,
Yes.
where you're going to get blood from. And it has to be by appointment only. And so those are continuing. Matter of fact, there's 3 next week coming up. 2 in Baumholder on Monday and Tuesday, and then 1 on Kleber Kasern in Kaiserslautern on Wednesday. And those are posted on our Facebook site. You guys can go on there and look at that. But bottom line is you can go on to www.militarydonor.com, and then the screen will come. And this goes up to the ASBP website. And when you go to that page, you'll see search by sponsor, search by zip code, search by state. Just go to search by sponsor, and then it'll say name. You don't have to worry about that. Go down and it says code, put in Europe, and it'll list all the blood drives coming up, for the near future, times, links, all that kind of stuff. But it's really important. We still need blood, and with the restriction stuff we have right now, that demand has not changed.
Keep it up.
Makes
Keep
sense
it
to
up.
me. Makes sense
You
to
got
me.
it. You need it.
Yes.
If you work in a plasma center like I did in the past, it's a little less messy, just giving whole blood.
Yes.
And it's easy. It's easy.
It is extremely easy, and everybody with ASBP has always been super kind when I've donated blood. It's smooth.
And you usually get some freebie snacks and stuff after.
Yeah, I got a cool pint glass one time.
And sometimes T-shirts.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Where was this at?
ASBP.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
a
locally?
pint of blood, a pint glass.
Feeling a little disenfranchised. I didn't get a prize.
We'll
So-
talk to Miss Sanning. Maybe she can help
Well, at
you.
least you were loud. I walked in.
I do have a shirt, though.
Ooh, there are
A
some
shirt.
good
Is that the one that
shirts.
I
says,
do
"Are
have
you
a
my type"?
Yes.
I do.
No,
Oh,
it says
I have
it's
that
like
one.
That was a pretty
the
good
Darth
one.
Vader one or the Stormtrooper one.
Oh yeah, the stormtrooper
Very
one.
cool.
Yeah, support our
Very cool.
troops.
I didn't get anything. I walked in. They looked at me and said, "No,
Not eligible.
No.
Aged out?
no,
It's not an age restriction.
don't like what you're bringing." See ya.
Might
it
have to do with the
happens.
fact that he has more than 5 years in Europe.
It could be that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some, there are some
Or it was not on
rules.
contact. Did
Could
he even
be-
get
could
to
be
that
that.
question?
Sure.
Could be that.
Yeah.
They didn't even let you get to the questionnaire. It's
Goodbye.
not going to work.
Yeah. They just looked at my face. Oh, you've been in Europe a long time.
Yeah.
Never mind. See
Oh
ya.
my goodness.
But if you go to our Facebook page, all the requirements and stuff are on there. So if you can't give, that's fine. But there's a lot of people that can.
Yes, excellent. See, that's good to know. Giving back to the community, literally, with your blood is super cool. We're going to keep chatting with U.S. Army Garrison Rheinland Pfalz coming up, but right now we've got some CNC Music Factory. Yes, it's the one song you know gonna make you sweat. 7:47, jamming out. Yes, you are quite welcome.
Another
listening to
80s
AFN
throwback
K-Town.
right there.
Actually, 91.
I'm sorry, 91.
It was when I was junior in high school.
Okay, change.
That is when it, well, okay, 91 I think is when it charted to number 1, so I assume it came out in 91.
Probably came out
Not
in
sure.
88.
Oh,
It
yeah.
took 3 years
It took 3 years to hit the
to
charts.
mold, and then
19?
somehow hit it.
1991 or 19? Just checking. I've been around a little longer than you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can bust out his phonograph. That's what he always looks at when we're at the bazaar, is the 300-year-old phonographs.
Yeah, I used to have the little monkey with the
Oh, the little
and
symbols.
stuff,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
When he passed away, I moved to the phonograph.
Oh my gosh.
That just happened.
It did. It did, though. I had to crumple
Was that
to the
wind
floor
up?
for
I
a
guess that was
moment
before
right
batteries, huh?
there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, it was a real monkey. Anyway.
Before the internet, that dark world before then.
Oh, of course, of course. So
How we actually did research papers
I.
prior to the internet.
So I know that we've been social distancing / physical distancing for a moment now. It's still going on, and it's kind of like thinking ahead into the future.
We got a plan.
when things start calming down. Like, what
We
do we
got a
got to
plan.
think about here?
We sat down with a couple higher headquarters yesterday, myself and Colonel Thompson from the Army and the Air Force, and we started talking about what reintegration looks like. And in the KMC, we have a lot of services, that we use each other's services all the time, and we have to look at what are the options, if and when that occurs, how we do it together to simplify the process, and I'm looking forward to moving forward. And quite honestly, you have to take a really close look at the host nation, and then how we duplicate that, how we mirror that, and make sure that we're doing everything in accordance with our host nation partners. And I am confident that we will be ready to do that when the time comes.
That's good. I mean, I think we've been doing that and been doing very well, honestly.
So the key with that is what we're doing is working.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the statistics and we have the proof that it's working from our our side at the command group level. We can see it working, and we've avoided some pretty dramatic consequences. So we're going to come out of this deliberately and with a
Methodically,
purpose.
yeah.
And it's working because people are doing the right thing.
Yeah, that is what I like to hear. And we're almost done, but we're going to have a wrap up in a little bit here on AFN K-Town. All right, it's just about time for you gentlemen to get on out of here. But before you go,
Wow.
I think there's some sort of...
It's like an eviction notice.
Yeah,
It's not evicted. It's about time for you to get out of here.
welcome and goodbye.
Go.
Get to work.
You say hello, I say goodbye.
I have
Hey,
a
that's
lot
good
of
Beatles song.
sanitization to do right now.
Oh,
yeah.
So.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's
Good job.
right. That's fantastic.
She gets paid to enunciate.
So we were going to do a wrap off, but we're just going to say goodbye. And we were just telling some stories about fads.
Yes.
And I think maybe next time.
We weren't right.
In accordance, yeah, I was telling the story. So, next show we'll talk about the different fads through the years, and
Excellent.
we were discussing the band Crisscross, and their and some people that I know well really bought into the 3-week wear your pants backwards. So maybe next time we're on there. This is not me. Okay, I clarified that in the break.
Yes.
Hypothetical.
My pants would never fit backwards.
Well,
So
you say it's not you.
I say it's not me. It's my story, right? So I can do whatever I want. So maybe next time we'll come up with some themes or the coolest fads that ever existed.
Ooh, I'm down.
Which, quite honestly, I'm going to lay it on the line right now and just say the mullet. The Camaro mullet, you can Google it.
Oh my goodness.
Is probably one of the coolest.
You don't have any closure with
Fads.
that. I don't. Is it a?
Yeah.
So
Like your guys'
37%
hair
of
right
the
now is
people I
getting
grew
there.
up with still have.
I need to Google
full-blown
Camaro mullet because I obviously know a mullet.
It is a very, very distinct.
Is there a
haircut.
Mustang mullet too?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
It often comes with a tail.
Yeah, and Dr. Grease.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And Dr. Grease had one most of his childhood and through some of his adulthood.
Sure did.
So,
up until last summer.
And Sergeant Major and I both did because when the time we grew up. So
Actually, I just had the Pat Riley, and if you don't know who that is, I just slicked my hair all the way back.
Yeah. There was a.
It was a ducktail in the back, actually. My
there
hair
was-
ducktails in the back.
There was a commercial back in the day called with the glasses. They're the ones that get darker.
Oh, the
Amber
yeah,
Vision
yeah.
is what it was called.
Amber Vision.
There was an infomercial about it, and
with mullet.
most of the people I grew up with had Amber Vision. So.
Well, I'm liking this Camaro mullet right here. I gotta say, it's a pretty solid fad.
It'll give you
as far as
something
fads go.
To look forward to next
Well, I
week.
think it's a tradition. It's not a fad. Some people still have it. There's a college football coach that wears one.
So do you know what a good fad is?
What's that?
A wrap up.
A wrap up.
It comes and goes every week.
Wrap it up.
Or every show. Okay, got it.
But
there's people right now Googling Camaro mullet, though, I promise you.
I'm trying to bring it back. What a way to end it.
I appreciate it.
Still have to meet Army standards, people.
That's right,
And Air
that's
Force
right.
standards.
I'm almost there.
Not if you drive a Camaro, you don't. So.
Oh, my goodness. But yes, thank you, gentlemen, for stopping by today, telling us what's going on with the garrison, and can't wait to see you next week.
Shout out to everybody still at work. Thank you very much.
Hang in there. We're rocking.
Thank you.
Hey, wait a second. I'm at work right now.
Shout out to you.
Thank you. The
Keep it
warm
up. Keep it up.
fuzzies
Shout out
on
to us.
AFN.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to you.